Where do I find jobs while studying in Switzerland? I get asked this question a lot, and I would like to share some resources with you guys. I have done such videos before on this kind of topic, but I would like to dive in a little bit deeper in this video. First of all, I would like to say that if you are studying in Switzerland, you have a B permit, your chances of getting a job are pretty good because you already have a permit, and it's not a big problem for companies to sponsor you a visa because they technically don't need to sponsor you a visa. You can work on your B permit. The only challenge or the limitation is that you're allowed to work only 15 hours per week. But that's all right. That's enough for you as a student to get some finances to cover your basic needs. So your chances of getting a job are pretty good. It's just that now you need to find a way of getting the job. But before that, you need to make sure that you have a properly tailored resume. This is so important. I feel like a lot of students, when they apply for jobs, they completely miss the point of having a perfectly tailored resume to the job that they're applying for. They're using the same resume to apply for all of the jobs that they find. And yes, this should be the case in the ideal world, but we always have to tailor our resume according to which job that we apply for, especially if you are open to more than one kind of job. Like, let's say you're not only open to working in IT, but also in administration. Then you obviously need to tailor your administration CV to your administration work. You cannot use your IT CV for the administration job. This is only one aspect of the CV looking good. You also have to make sure that the CV looks professional and it looks well edited. It has the same format, it has proper fonts, proper font sizing, and you need to have a good CV photo. Now, I know that in Switzerland, some places use photos and some places do not use photos. I personally do use my photo in a CV, and the companies that have hired me have seen my CV with the photo in it. So I think it's still a good thing to include it. And make sure that you get a professional resume photo. You can get this done pretty much anywhere. You can even do it at home. If you have job fairs coming up, then they always take resume photos. So I would highly recommend you to go queue up and take your resume photo. It's so worth it. Although I don't remember getting my last resume photo from the job fair. Cover letters are not really read anymore, especially because AI is just filtering out so many job applications. People are not really reading your cover letters. So it's safe to say that if a certain company does require a cover letter, use AI to basically put in the keywords from the job description. The way you can do this is just go on LinkedIn, copy the job description, put it on ChatGPT, and ask it for you to create a cover letter. Now, I'm not saying just copy paste this cover letter and just write your name underneath. I would recommend you to personalize it at least a little bit, so that if and when hopefully it comes into the hands of the HR, they can, if they want to read it, it at least sounds like you put in some effort. So there needs to be a little bit personalization, but don't stress yourself out over cover letters. No one's reading them. If you have been trying to get jobs for a while now, but you're not really succeeding, then I would highly recommend you to really look into your resume and look into the way that you reach out to your network. If you don't reach out to your network, believe me, you'll probably never get a job. It's really hard without networking, without having a personal connection. It's so important to go out of your way and talk to people. I know that sometimes we don't want to do that, but if you want to work in this economy, especially as a foreigner in Switzerland, you have to network. So now that I've yapped about all of this other stuff, yes, it's important, but let me get to the most important part of the video, which is the resources. So where can you find these jobs after you have tailored your CV and after you've learned how to make a cover letter? The very first resource I of course want to talk about is LinkedIn. Yes, I know this is a very obvious platform, but I think a lot of us do miss the point when we apply for LinkedIn. Do not click easy apply, because no one is going to get your application. It's not going to get in the hands of a real person. I would recommend you to find the job that you want on LinkedIn, connect to the people in that particular company, specifically the HR. If you can get a hold of their email, then write an email to them personally. Now, when you write the first email, do not attach any files, because this will probably go into their junk mail. They can get your CV later after you have reached out to them and they have replied to you, hopefully. I have done this with a couple of companies and I have received responses, and I've sent my resume afterwards. So it is totally possible. It's just that you have to do a little digging into the people within the company to basically expand your network. There are also resources like Indeed.ceha or Jobs.ceha. These are great, but I personally have not used them much. I just know that they exist, and a lot of local people can actually get jobs from there. There's another platform called CareerLunch, which I have personally used a couple of times. I remember I've only gotten into one CareerLunch meeting, which basically it's like a platform where you can casually connect to the companies that you're interested in, and if they're also interested in you, then you can have a casual meeting. Well, it's called CareerLunch, but I don't think you exactly have lunch with them. It's mostly meetings online. You get like 15 minutes to find out about the job and to find out what the requirements are and to basically talk to the recruiter. The best source for students to find jobs, that I personally believe is the best source, is university networks. Go up to the professors of your favorite subject or a subject that you're even a little bit interested in and ask them if there are currently any open research assistant positions. And most of the time, these professors will want to help you. They will want to help you find a research job or a job within the university, or worst case scenario, they will recommend your name to someone else. So I would highly recommend you to reach out to your professor either through email or in person. I guarantee you they will want to help you. These were my tips for resources on full-time jobs, but if you're also interested in some part-time work or some gigs, I would highly recommend you to either do pet sitting or babysitting or find jobs that are temporary, like retail jobs or waitressing. A lot of the times you can find this or on Glassdoor or Facebook groups. So find a specific Facebook group of the canton that you're in and publish a post. You don't have to think, oh, someone will see my post, I will be embarrassed. No one cares. Everyone knows that you are trying to survive, you're trying to make a living just like everyone else, and everyone will be understanding. And more often than not, people really do want to help, believe me. Now, when I say jobs like babysitting and pet sitting, please don't take this for granted and just think, oh yeah, it's so easy, I can do it. Please know that you need to be really passionate or at least have some love and compassion for taking care of babies and pets. But if you don't, that's fine. I think you should look for another gig. Speaking of gigs, I think another good thing would be tutoring. So you can tutor a language that you are particularly good in, like your native language or maybe English, because these are pretty in high demand all the time. People always want to learn languages. And the way you can do this is on this platform called Tutoring24. I have personally used that platform and it's very good for connecting to people. And the last tip I have for gig work is that if you want to work in a restaurant, I recommend you to find a restaurant that's your native restaurant or cooks your native food, for example. Because most of the time, if you speak that language, they'll want to hire you even if you don't speak German, because waitressing more often than not needs German. Or you can also be a cook in a restaurant if that's something for you. So these were just some of my tips and resources on how to get part-time jobs in Switzerland. I hope they really do help, and I will see you guys in the next video.